How do you encourage owners to be more open about deep feelings toward the other owners in a non-threatening way in order to avoid a negative escalation when there are things we don't like about the others?
One thing is that you have to think of this as a process of building trust, and trust is one of the most powerful words in a family business. Even though it has 5 letters, it actually can be a 4-letter word. If you say you don't trust someone, that's about the worst thing you can say to someone in a family. And one of the things that we find really helpful is to think of trust not as either you are someone that is or isn't, but to realize that trust is actually the result of behavior. If I trust someone, it's because they've earned that over time. I like to think of it as a bank account. So with every relationship that I have, every action that I'm taking is either increasing the account by behaving in ways where I'm being open and transparent about what's going on. I'm demonstrating that I'll do what I say I'm going to do. I'm showing that I'm actually good at what I'm being asked to do. And every time that I'm not doing those things, I'm reducing my account with that person. And so part of this process is realizing that you don't walk into a room or even into a family expecting that you're going to have this level of trust where you can just say whatever you want. You have to build it up over time. And so a lot of the work of getting to a place of doing exactly that, of being able to share what's going on, is making some concrete efforts to build trust together. Right. And so one of the ways you can do that is by creating some ground rules and saying, here's how we're going to work together. And that can include things like, finding out what bothers each of us about each other. And there always are things that bother us about each other, and trying to really address them and deal with them more systematically. So, if it really bothers me when people are late, let's set that as a ground rule. Or if it bothers me when people interrupt, let's really set that as a let's set that as a rule that we're going to use together to help make the conversation better. And so a lot of this is trying to put some level of structure around a conversation to make it a space that feels safer. And therefore, over time, you're able to build up that trust. So don't expect that you're going to walk into a room and just unload on someone else about your deepest feelings. That oftentimes makes things worse rather than better. You have to start smaller, start to take actions that up your trust account. And once that's in place, I think you're much more able to have those kinds of conversations.